Hey, what's up guys, YST here and welcome back to another Raid Shadow Legends video. And today we are joined by none other than Smiley, guys. We got him on the channel finally. How's it going, bro?
I'm doing great, man. I'm glad to be finally be doing this collab with you that we've been holding on for almost a year now. But yeah, it's good to be here, man. How's it going?
Yeah, guys, you have been killing me in the comments. Where is Smiley? We got him here. We have got him here. And we actually did a part 2 collaboration on the test server, which is what we are on today. Breaking down Skrank, one of the new Epic Void champions. So I will leave Smiley's videos in the description and his channel, so go drop a sub, check out part 2. It's hilarious, that's all I'm gonna say. That video was funny to watch, so yeah. But in terms of this video, we're gonna be speaking about Acrizia. How would you say this name, Smiley? Would you say it like that, or?
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Acrizia?
Acrizia. I was thinking like Acrizia, or I don't know. my name calling's horrendous. But,
yeah, mine's not that great either.
but yeah, in terms of this champion, guys, out of the 6 that was released earlier from the patch notes, she's probably the one that shines the most and probably the one that people are most excited to see her potential. And today's basically a showcase where I feel she's gonna be amazing in all of these places. And yeah, so let's get into the kit. So on the A1 with Unflagging Assault, attacks one enemy, has a 45% chance, bookable up to an extra chance of a drop defense debuff for 2 turns, and the damage of this skill increases by 10% every time the skill is used and stacks up to 100%. Now, the thing that really stands out to me here, Smiley, is this ability is based on enemy max HP for an A1 ability, and that's kind of remarkable, right?
Yeah, definitely. I can't really think of any other champions that have an enemy max HP. I mean, once we get to the rest of her kit, we'll see how interesting it really is. But yeah, it's really cool to see that though.
Yeah, and in terms of like the stacking up to 100%, like that's crazy, guys. When you consider the Demon Lord clan boss, for instance, if you are spamming out this A1, you're going to be seeing some really good damage, which we will tease later on in today's video. And heading on to the A2 with the Battlefield Domination, attacks all enemies 2 times, places a shield buff on this champion for 2 turns, and the value of that shield buff is equal to 5% of this champion's max HP for each critical hit. So yeah, I think the value of this shield might actually be really nice, considering this is a 2-time hitter on an AoE. With, once again guys, enemy max HP on another skill here. So how hard do you think that this one's gonna hit, just from first glance?
From first glance,
Yeah,
I think she's gonna hit pretty hard. But I mean, if we're thinking of like Royal Guard, if we're thinking of like, just other like max HP champions, like what's that other champion?
Heart Seekers, Cold Hearts, Husk, maybe? You
No,
think
no,
about
no,
Husk?
no. The I forgot his name. Oh my gosh, I forgot his name.
Oh, Septimus.
Septimus.
Septimus,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. So that's like the other champion I'll think of. But this is an AoE, just like, and it hits twice, right? So I am curious on what this is going to look like on your end. So yeah.
Yeah, guys, for like traditionally in this game, it's a single target max HP. Your Heart Seekers, your Royal Guard takedowns and stuff like that. This is a 2-time hitter and it does scale really well. Just a bit of a spoiler there. And in terms of shutdown on the A3, attacks one enemy 2 times again. And once again, we are seeing enemy max HP in yet another skill, guys. You've seen it here. And what makes this skill kind of amazing for me is, has a 100% chance once booked of stealing 100% of the target's turn meter before attacking, and this effect cannot be resisted, meaning you do not need accuracy for this, as long as the target has higher max HP than this champion. But when you're facing stuff like the Fire Knight, you're facing the Dark Fae, they're going to have more max HP than your Acrizia, so this is something that's going to be non-resistible in the places that people are going to want this the most. And being able to steal a turn meter with a champion that has max HP on every single skill means you can go through, attack 2 more times, go through, do this A1 again. So you're stealing that, getting your extra turn immediately, like a Gruhawk the Bloodied for instance, and boom, you're back at another ability. What do you think about that one with the A3?
Yeah, I'm actually really curious to see how this would do in the spider scenario, because this
Yeah.
is really interesting, right? Steals a turn meter, goes again, and it's based on enemy max HP. So the one really interesting thing about her is all her abilities are based off enemy max HP. Are there any other champions that you can recall that have a all their kits or all their skills based off of enemy max HP?
I can
I
hardly
can't really think of
recall.
it.
I'm not, guys. Let us know in the comments anyway. One could have skipped my mind, but I don't think there's even a 2-time max HP champion in the game with 2 abilities, let alone 3. Because
Yeah,
as far as I'm aware, there's Septimus, there's Armigers, Cold Hearts, Royal Guards. I don't think there's any other champion in the game that has enemy max HP and 2 skills. But
yeah, I think I was confusing myself earlier too, because I said maybe like A1 there is a champion out there, but I think I was confusing myself with the destroy max HP, not based off of enemy max HP.
Yeah.
So yeah, really interesting.
It's actually a crazy champion, guys. But in terms of the passive here, it just even gets better here. It doesn't stop. So with the Grandor passive, decreases damage taken from AoE attacks by 50%, guys. 50% flat out damage mitigation. This is huge. And when you think about the Fire Knight, the Dark Phase, these are AoE attacks that we're dealing with. Even like the Dragon or the Ice Golem. And for a champion that you're trying to stack your damage stats on, sometimes for players, it's really hard to get your damage stats. You want them to survive, and a passive like this really stands out on a champion like Acrizia. And if a target's max HP is more than double this champion's max HP, the champion's attacks will deal damage based on the target's max HP instead of this champion's attack. Now, the way that I'm reading this, Smiley, is it might be right, it might be wrong, but you can give your take as well. Let's just say traditionally you're facing the Dark Fae, and obviously you know that they're gonna have a higher max HP than your Acrizia. In a way, you see right now we've kind of, well, just to spoil the stats for purposes of what we're trying to say, is I've kind of stacked her up for attack. Traditionally, she's based on attack, it makes sense, right? It says attack and HP. But if it's not based on this champion's attack anymore, does that mean that we can stack Acrizia with only HP and no attack, make her super tanky, and she's still gonna deal the same damage? If that makes sense on your side. Because it's not based on an attack anymore. So I think that's a game changer if it does.
Yeah, it's definitely interesting, and it's like from the way I understood it, it's like it doesn't usually go in the order of whatever it says there on basically, or it does not matter. Actually, I'm not even sure about that. Does it not matter like which order is in HP or attack HP?
I'm not too sure, but it reads really weird for me personally, because if it says instead of this champion's attack, it leads me to believe anyway that you don't need to build this champion with attack to optimize damage as long as the boss has double your max HP. So I think we have to be wary with what stats we're putting on. So if a boss you're facing has hypothetically 120k HP, let's say, so you just need to make sure that you're below that 50%, so it's double your stats. But the way that I'm reading it is, as long as you've got below half the max HP of the boss, you don't need attack on her. And that's kind of how I'm reading it anyway.
I think it's a great point, definitely. I think I'm probably leaning in your direction as far as like, maybe you don't need to build her in attack at all and just go straight HP and utilize her, like, in that aspect.
If so, that's kind of my argument for being the best enemy max HP champion in the game. Because as you know as well, with the Hydra boss, how hard is it to keep these max HP champions alive like Royal Guard? It's like you're trying to get your speed, you're trying to get your damage in. But a champion like this that reduces AoE damage, potentially, we'll maybe test it out towards the end of the video, of being able to just build it with just HP, and then all of abilities being max HP with 2 abilities of 2-time hitters. There's nothing like this in the game. And just to throw another thing in there, crit rate aura in all battles by 19%, so we don't even have to crit cap her in some teams, which makes it even better. So yeah, she's crazy, man. So what's your first thoughts on her from the kit?
Well, first off, I think, okay, the kit is really interesting, but I have to talk about her aesthetics. She looks so sick, man.
Yeah.
Like, she's one of the coolest looking champions in the game. Like, just the helmet alone, like, it's just, she looks so cool. But yeah, I'm kind of excited. The more you talk about her kit and whatnot, I want to see what you can do with her in the areas you want to test her in. But yeah.
Yeah, in terms of aesthetics, like, that has to be Cornelia's cousin. There's just no chance, guys. That is definitely Cornelia's cousin. But
of course you bring up Cornelia.
How can I not? You gotta bring up Cornelia all the time. But yeah, so in terms of the stats, guys, I did traditionally go into a normal build for damage, which is a savage set, trying to ignore some defense. But the one thing that I did notice, Smiley, is she's not dealing damage in the arena for me. Now, there could be something I'm missing or whatever, but for me, she stands out as a pure boss slayer, and that's the title that I want to give her. But yeah, in terms of stats, we got speed and crit rate, we got speed, crit rate, and crit damage. We've gone for speed again. I'm trying to make her go as fast as possible with damage stats. Crit rate and accuracy, so we can showcase that drop defense, because the Terminator stealing is non-resistible. Then we've got crit damage with some crit rate. We've gone attack percent on the chest plate with speed and crit rate. Then we've gone attack percent on the boots, which I will change into HP percent towards the end of the video, just for one damage test. Just to kind of see where the scaling goes. And then accuracy with attack percent, crit damage on the amulet, and attack percent on the ring. Overall stats here, we've gone for 30k HP, so we know for 100%, everything we're going to be facing is going to have double against the bosses. 5.6k attack, we've got 222 speed, 100% crit rate, 241% crit damage, and 282 accuracy. So, Smiley, you are a guest on the channel. Where would you like to see Acrizia use first? And we'll go there. You wanna go for Spider?
Really
you like Spider, right?
Yeah. I love Spider. Let's do Spider.
All right, so I did actually set up a team for you today. Hopefully you like it. Let's go find it.
Oh, for a second I thought it was gonna be just I thought you were gonna show something really special.
We will do that as well, but maybe for stage 20, because there's something I did want to test. But where's she gone? Did you see Acrizia here anywhere? I don't know. There she is.
Yeah.
No, that's my dragon team. Where's my spider team? There it is. So for this team, guys, we have got a Tyrant Ixlamore, which is there for the burns. We have got an Astrolon for the stuns to make sure that we can get through this as quickly as possible. And as you guys see here, traditionally I would have a Cold Heart here. But hopefully we can compare the difference between not having a Cold Heart and how much potential we can have here. It's full auto, and here we go, guys. It's pretty cool. Obviously there is a cap on the max HP, but because it hits twice, she's better than Cold Heart in my opinion. Just putting it out there. So stealing the Terminator, 2-time hitter at 400,000 each, so 800,000, which is more than a Cold Heart, right? And we come through with a 2-time hitter, another, what's that, 800,000 again? So by having a champion like Acrizia in the team, we're able to manipulate the max HP traditionally from like a Cold Heart, because we're hitting twice, and because we're stealing the Terminator, there's a cap on how much we can steal if you're not aware. So it doesn't matter if it's a Heartseeker or Acrizia, it doesn't matter. That steal is going to match what Cold Heart's doing, because she's fully depleting and Acrizia's stealing, but the difference is Acrizia is getting another turn here, which makes her remarkable. So what did you think about this when you're seeing this?
Yeah, she puts out massive damage, man. Holy cow.
It's crazy. And yeah, that 2-time hitter definitely scales. Look at that. 800 and what was that? 840,000 maybe?
Yeah.
So it's not scaling as much as a pure Cold Heart, I'd say, from one hit, but both of the hits put together, I think it can open up like world record potentially with some Cold Heart teams that we usually see. Because if she's hitting twice, there's potential there to try and speed some stuff up. And that's just an 8-1. Yeah.
I think it does make it interesting. Like the one thing that Cold Heart brings to the table that's I guess her advantage is the animation speed.
Yes.
But she's able to put out multiple hits and put out massive damage like with those multiple hits, whereas Cold Heart's putting out one massive hit and her animation is fast. So it definitely is interesting though.
Yeah. One thing I did want to try, so I actually haven't set this team up, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to put a Lydia the Death Siren. Where's she gone? And we wanted to have a reset with a Kaima, and I just want to see how well she can perform against 20, because obviously it's not the same kind of rule of thumb as a stage 25 with the mitigation, right? So let's try this. I'm not going to put an increased attack. I'm not going to put anything. I just want to see her raw damage potential here with the drop defense and weaken. So let's just do whatever. Doesn't really matter. So we're going to go for the drop defense and weaken. And we're going to go for the stealing Terminator one first. So this should fully deplete. Actually, no. We'll do that second. So attacks all enemies 2 times. Let's see how much we can do here.
Oh,
so,
wow.
Okay. Nice. So, all right. We'll just do a reset here.
What stage is this again?
This is stage 20. So,
okay.
There's the,
that's really strong.
So now, what I'm trying to see here is now, if we set it with presets like this, we can now steal the Terminator, right? Look at that damage. Yeah. That's 2 million. But because she stole the Terminator, guys, she's going to come through with another hit now. So she doesn't have to wait for her turn to come round again. And boom. Look at that.
Oh wow.
So
That's
yeah,
that's cool.
so
That's really
if
cool.
you guys imagine a team where you're trying to progress, of course, this is end game. I'm only using 3 champions, but the same kind of rule applies. Even if you just have a drop defense for the waves, you have someone else doing a weaken, a renegade for reset. In some good damage stats, she's still going to perform like this for stage 20. So I just thought it'd be fun to throw that in there, showing the 10 meter stealing and stuff. So it's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
But in terms of this team, guys, sorry, I don't have a... Well, I got a seer. Smiley knows we got a seer. We finally got one. But yeah, I usually use a team like this with a Dark Kayle. And it's not going to beat that team. But the main thing is getting a team to get to the finite to showcase the damage. So we're not going to have weaken. We're just going to have the drop defense in this. So hopefully it doesn't fail me. I did set the presets. But there's the damage, guys. So in terms of waves, because it's based on max HP... it's not going to perform as a wave clearing champion, and that's kind of a downside of Acrizia. Her value comes once you come up against the boss, right? So that's kind of the only downside I can see of her potentially. But we're not one-shotting the waves because we're not extending with Dark Kayle, unfortunately. So let's just come through here. We're not trying to get some world record times, faction games, all that good stuff. All right, so hopefully we don't get no resisted here, and Allure likes to be silly sometimes. All right, here we go. Nice little A1. Then we go boom. 10 meter drop, and we should be good now. So we're going to steal the 10 meter. Look at that. So that's about 500k, 520k. And we can get the drop defense out now. Boom. Another 500 and something k. So yeah, she's stealing the 10 meter, making her get more turns than she usually would. Her A1 at 200,000, but that's not the full stack of her capabilities because it goes up to 100% from her skill, which will kind of shine in longer battles. But here we go. It's nuts. So I would like to see this maybe in a seer team potentially. I can see this really working out with that 10 meter reduction. But
that is
go on.
That is a very respectable time, considering it's not like a seer team. I mean,
yeah,
you do have the poison explosion, but I mean, it's really impressive.
If we one-shotted the waves there, this would have been probably my best time, I guess.
Yes.
But because we was messing around on the waves, trying to like kill off the last enemies, that kind of bumped it up by maybe 15 seconds. But
yeah, like you said, if because like seer, I guess there would be more consistent wave clearing you could do, right? Because it's a lot more versatile. But yeah, I'm really curious to see what kind of numbers with the seer you could do, right?
Yeah, so you use Royal Guard in your finite team, correct? Or am I mistaken? Right. You do.
Right.
So you use Allure in your team as well?
Yes.
So from this, right, would you say that Acrizia outperforms Royal Guard in a team like this by just looking at it? Because the way because we managed to keep that 10 meter down 100% of the time, right? We didn't need the decreased speed, and she's not even super fast. Because she's stealing the 10 meter, it effectively puts her, it kind of reduces the cooldown of her stealing again. So she gets into a rhythm alongside Allure to keep that down. And you as you guys seen there, we was nowhere near to getting one shot. So
I think in a Fire Knight scenario, with what she brings to the table, because she has an AoE also that can help with the wave clearing a little bit if I don't have enough burst.
Yes.
Once you get to the boss, I think she can be a bit faster than a Royal Guard. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
They're really similar as well because they both got a drop defense on the A1 as well. So she's kind of like a super legendary version of Royal Guard. But I guess because of the mitigation of the max HP on stage 25 dungeons, it's hard to... She'll probably one-shot that, right? In like a stage 20 or something. But, alright, we're just going to do stage 24, maybe, of the dragon. Let's see. Acrizia's in there. That's nice. Alright, let's do it. We might not be able to one-shot again. It's going to be like one of those things. I always have to do stage 24 because of my affinities, but yeah. Do you see a big difference between stage 24 and stage 25 in terms of gear drops?
If you want legendary pieces, you have a slightly better chance of getting it from 25. So me, I guess like I have a lot of energy, right? And I'm always looking for the best gear possible. So I'm always going to go for stage 25.
Yeah.
But if I want to be honest and say the most efficient way to farm gear is definitely stage 24.
Yeah, okay. Because Dragon seems to be the only one that I actually do stage 24. And I feel like whenever I'm doing stage 25, I keep getting destroy sets. And then when I do stage 24, I get a speed set. So there's some weird speculations out there. But in terms of damage, guys, as to be expected, she's capping out on the max HP. So that was her A1 there, I believe. Coming through the reset. Hopefully she can get a nice little 2-time hit in. Boom. Was that close to 800,000 there, similar to Spider.
Close. Yeah.
Yeah.
Solid.
And guys, there's no weak in here. This is just drop defense. So yeah, I don't know. I'm a big fan of her in terms of dungeons. But the one place that I was really, really excited to use her was this boss. This is
what I want to see. This is what I want to see.
Guys, this champion blew me. This is the first place that I actually tried it. When I seen her capabilities, I was like, what on earth is going on here? Let me just say, Ninja's... Do you know what? I'm not spoiling it. Let's do it. I'm not spoiling it. Guys, it is stupid insane. And we do it in such a fast time. As long as we don't get bad RNG here. But I'd say for this team, probably a 90% win rate or something like that. 70%, 80%. But hopefully it doesn't mess me up. All right, let's go. So the waves aren't too good. And what I'm doing here, guys, for kind of a mini Dark Fae guide while we're doing it, is on my presets, which I'll show you afterwards, we're kind of saving all of our skills and relying on A1 abilities to get through this wave. So when we come up against ourselves, we know that we've got all of our skills on cooldown. We know where our abilities are going. And it allows you to full auto and get that amazing gear set from the Doom Tower. So yeah, it might add like an extra 30 seconds to your run, but for me, I'm more about consistency over time. And Dark Fae is definitely hard if you just go in and full auto without presets. And alright then, so now we've come up against the boss. We just need to get that drop defense out. Boom. Come through with the sleep from Allure. Come through with the nukes and kaboom. Guys, we did actually just try this one time and we managed to fail it. But we had to get it right for you guys. So yeah, we just needed that Allure to come through and place that sleep. But oof. That Acrizia is coming back to haunt us. And then we're going to come through here. We got the leech on, which is nice. 10 meter reductions. And we got the 10 meter steal from our Acrizia. Now from here, it should be pretty self-explanatory. It's just going to be keeping that 10 meter down. They might take occasional turns. Traditionally, in my own team, I'd use 2 Allures. But Royal God died. Nothing's going right for me today. Alright. As long as Allure's alive, we should be good. We just need that 10 meter reduction. So let's 4-man this Dark Fae. Boom. Coming through at 300,000 damage. Nice. Now, come on. We got this nice little freeze. Leech debuff going out. Oof. Stealing the 10 meter again. 2-time hitter coming through. Yeah, this should be a dub now. This is done. Boom. So, yeah. Even though stuff went wrong, it's not a perfect team. I didn't kind of speed tune it. But, yeah. What do you think?
Auto. Yeah.
100% auto. And traditionally, obviously, my real god, as I'll show you guys the stats soon, he had no accuracy. Like, I don't even know how he placed that decreased speed there. And yeah, it was nuts. But in terms of damage, guys, he outperformed Royal God and Ninja together. Well, she outperformed the whole team, including the waves by herself, pretty much. Like, adding them all together. 2.2 million damage. It's crazy. What do you think about it?
I think she was definitely made for Dark Fae, I would say.
Yeah, 100%.
Like as soon as I saw her kid, I was also thinking Dark Fae, and you thought the same thing. And this is where I actually wanted to see her I guess like play test it the most. Yeah, really, really cool. It's
really cool for Dark Fae, man. Like if I was to pull her, I would love to pair her with my Grohawk the Bloodied, because they both steal the 10 meter. And yo, don't laugh at my boy Grohawk, man. Like, let's like, look at me. He's just thinking, he's just having flashbacks of the orcs, the faction games. But yeah, I actually used Grohawk in my Stage 120 team, believe it or not. But in terms of the stats, guys, in terms of this team, it's actually a bit slower than I thought. So my Deacon's running at 325, but you do not need it that fast. This was just for like another showcase that I'm doing. And then we've got Acrizia. We've got, obviously we showed the stats earlier. We've got Allure with 285 speed, 100% crit rate, and 286 accuracy. Out here, just trying to get burns with Ninja at 333 and 221 speed. And Real God, he's too slow, and he's not crit capped, and he hasn't got enough accuracy. So if you optimize this is a 100% run. It's very simple. But if he's not built for this, he's not built for this. I just wanted to not show 2 Allures today. Basically, all you want to do is just block off your abilities on the A2s. Make sure that you're saving them for wave 3 and just let it be how it goes. But block off the these are random abilities for a lore, and open up with this one so you can place that sleep. So yeah, that was the Dark Fae. And I'm trying to think of the last place where I really wanted to showcase. It's very similar stuff with the Griffin as well. Really solid. And I feel like there could be some cases to solo the Scarab King.
Maybe if she's
really
in
do.
destroy gear. But then, like, how does she stay alive, right?
Because she's got the shield in her kit though.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Because I guess maybe paired with like, yeah, I don't know, maybe not solo, but she could be a champion. Like, you see how we all like to solo with Urost on the Scarab King. She could be a good champion to throw in there with him to speed up those runs, because she places that shield on herself, she's stealing the turn meter and just getting that max HP damage out and maybe speed up your runs. So just maybe a room for thought for the future. But yeah, in terms of faction wars, guys, I'm not going to go through it. It's going to be a very similar thing. And we're just going to do one arena battle against Smiley. It's not his proper team, all right? We put up a meme team just to showcase that she's not made for the arena, in my opinion. There could be some stealing of the turn meter stuff, where some niche things where you know that Duchess has more max HP than you, and you might be able to non-resistible steal her turn meter so she doesn't take a turn, or a Siphi or something like that. I can see a play on that, but in terms of like end game arena, I don't know. So yeah, this is the team, guys. Definitely Smiley's a platinum arena team that he uses on every reset. Do you just want to tell them what we've done here, Smiley?
Yeah, basically, I guess like her damage is not as crazy as we think it might be. So we just wanted to showcase that with like a bunch of random champions we put in here, and just to show you that her damage is not that crazy. But I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah, so yeah, let's just try and damage test it. I'm not going to go all out, increase attacks, everything. I just want to show against an average team that we put out here. We're just going to sleep them, we're going to drop attack, drop defense, and now we're going to do... Shall we do the AoE? I think the AoE is kind of the most important one, right?
Yeah.
We'll try all three. So
one-time speed.
One-time speed, guys, coming through. Like, look at that, guys. Like, Smiley can tell you that those champions were not built properly, and she was only dealing 40,000 damage per hit. So,
and that was with a defense down.
That was with a defense down, yeah. So even if we did an increased attack, like, I don't think there'll be much of a difference there. So on round 2 here, we're just gonna put we're gonna put a lead in with attack. So let's just get actually no, who's got a higher one? Let's put Chagor in. She's got 33%. There we go. So we're gonna try and increase the attack just like that, but without the buffs. So let's just get the sleep on again. We're gonna go drop attack, drop defense. So do you know what? Let's kind of compare Chagor's A1, who's not built for damage, alongside Acrizia's. I think that'd be pretty cool. So let's just go for Seal with Chagor. So 59,000. And then we're going to do the A1 of Acrizia. But bear in mind, it's not stacked up to the 100% like you see in bosses. 52,000. So that's decent, I guess. It's all right. It's nothing insane.
Yeah, but do keep in mind, guys, she is in, I guess, she's in proper savage gear, and Chagger's not in proper gear.
So once again here, I'm going to...
still... Yeah,
so I'm going to go here again with the A1. I'm going to take out... Okay, so 72,000 there. And let's just do this one here, where we steal the turn meter. Wait, this is the AoE, right? No, we're going to do the single target. So one hit at 74,000 damage, potential of 150. And these champions that we're hitting have no defense on them, guys. All right? So, and bear that in mind. So now what we're going to do is go up against someone that is built for that. So let's just do J Gigs. Could be a... Let's just do this. My Arbiter's gear is stripped, so it's kind of tough. I don't know. What do you think we should do here? I'm thinking... I'm going to put Ultimate Deathlight in there, just for the memes, and hopefully don't get multi-macabbed. Where is he?
How fast is your Duchess?
She's a bit slower nowadays. Do you know what? I don't really... Let's just do this, who cares? I just want to showcase like one hit against people that's actually tanky. So let's just get the sleep on. Oh, I was scared of getting frozen there. That was the only thing. There we go. So yeah, this is kind of my go second Duchess now. So guys, tanky team, right? We've got multi-macabbes, we've got Duchess, we've got Necrot, so whatever. AoE ability, all right? A2, one-time speed. 13,000 damage. 13,000. 13,000. Guys, it's not worth it. It's just not. It's not worth it. All right, let's go for round 2. Let's give him the benefit of the doubt. All right. So let's try and which one do you want to see? Do you want to see? I think the stealing of the termite one, right? With 2-time hitter.
Yeah.
Against a Duchess. 7,000. So yeah, I didn't want to kind of like clickbait or anything like that and say that's kind of why we made the comparison with the Smiley meme team, to show that when you're coming up against an actual properly developed team, there's no damage there, all right? Because of the way that the enemy max HP is scaling in our kit. But in terms of bosses, outstanding champion. So let's just give my boy J Gigs the W here. He deserves it. Make sure you go sub to J Gigs as well. This guy's a legend. So we're just gonna go into hard, and I don't really want to do much here, to be honest. We've got blockbuster from Ugo. Let's just get a drop defense in. Yeah, why not? Let's just do it. The only reason we got Inquisitor Shamail is mainly to show, or not to get feared, pretty much. So Acrizia with the AoE ability, 1-2. That's a lot of damage, man. It's a lot. I think that's a lot with no increased attack as well. So let's just put a provoke on the Head of Decay, get the block buffs out, and all right, let's just get a shield on so we don't get nuked to the ground. We're not going to do a full Hydra run, guys. We're just going to showcase how hard they can hit. So this is the A3 ability. So 300,000 damage, 2-time hitter, and all of her abilities scale like this, Smiley. I think this is remarkable for Hydra. Like, you don't have to wait for cooldowns or anything. Like, no matter what ability she's doing, she's going to be smacking.
I think it's safe to say that she definitely deserves a boss killer title, I guess.
Yeah. So guys, there is going to be a little teaser going on as I'm speaking right now, and there is going to be a kind of part 2 to this video where we're going to be doing a clan boss team. Well, Smiley's going to be doing it over on his channel, where he shows her full potential in a Bat Eater composition where she absolutely shreds. So if you want to see what we just posted right there, make sure you go and drop a sub, go like all of Smiley's videos, do whatever you have to do, and he deserves it, man. Thanks so much for coming on the channel today.
Yeah, appreciate it, man. Thanks for having me on. It's a pleasure, and hopefully we can do more soon. You know, not wait another year this time.
Hopefully. We don't have to wait another 1.5 years to do it, Smiley, all right?
Yeah, yeah.
Don't be a stranger. We all love you around here. But yeah, guys, that is going to be it all for the video. Let us know your thoughts on Acrizia. Hopefully I managed to do a normal showcase for today. And yeah, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button if you haven't already. And I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.